Alright, we're looking at random variables. This is in chapter 7, starts at 7a. Okay, so a random variable is a variable whose possible values are the numerical outcomes of a random phenomena. Now note that numerical outcomes. And what's a random phenomenon? Something like tossing a coin, a spinner, playing a game like roulette, any of those sorts of things are random phenomena. So an example, tossing a coin, so 5 times, and you count the number of times you get a head. So we could let x be the random variable where x is the number of heads in 5 tosses. In random variables we use capitals like capital X, capital Y, etc. And any particular value we use small ones. So if X was the number of heads in 5 tosses, then the outcomes for that we could list be 0 heads, 1 head, 2, 3, 4 or 5. And then the probability of each would go down here. But the particular outcomes are denoted by a little x there. Alright, there's 2 types of random variable. There's discrete random variables and continuous random variables. So discrete random variables are things where you're counting number of pets in a household or the number of customers in a shop. And so they take only values that are whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Alright, continuous random variables can have infinite values, and that's because you're measuring something. And it could be, for example, the height of students. Also, it could be weight, temperature, all of those things that can have an infinite amount of values. They're continuous. And so discrete, you generally know if it's a discrete random variable because you'll be counting something, and a continuous random variable you'll know because you'll be measuring something. Alright, now we're going to look at example 1 on page 185 of the textbook, and they're looking at some scales, and x is the random variable that represents the number of accurate scales. Actually, they're not shops, they're checkouts, aren't they? So let's just fix that up. Alright, so we've got the 3 checkouts A, B and C, and we're looking at how many or which ones are accurate. And so in the first row here they've checked all of the checkouts A, B and C, and none of them were accurate. In the second row we find that checkout A was accurate, B and C were not. Third row here we've got just B was accurate and then just C. The next row we've got 2 of them are accurate, B and C. Then A and C were accurate, and then A and B. And in the last row all 3 were found to be accurate. So that means X can take the value 0 for non-accurate. We've got on 3 occasions 1 checkout was accurate, then 2, then 2, and then 3. But the actual outcomes then for this particular thing are just 0, 1, 2, or 3. Alright, what are we going to do now? Well, we're going to look at exercise 7a, and let's do questions 1, 3 and 6. Alright, so I'm going to put this up, hopefully on Daymap. You guys can have a go at that. I'm over here in sunny England, and hopefully England is going to bring the cup home. Cheers.